Hey guys, my name is Jessica and I am an ASHA certified speech language pathologist, and I also am the mom to a 2-year-old little girl and a 3-year-old little boy. And today I am going to share some of my best tips for helping build language and teach language at home. So, without further ado, this is probably my absolute favorite tip. And it is, this strategy is called cooking or baking with your child. Who would have thought that's a language strategy, right? Totally is. So I have these little handouts that I'm going to be following along with. You can get your own copy of these if you want. There's a link in the description. And that's going to be guiding our conversation today. So what is this strategy? Obvious. Cooking and baking. Use these to bond with your child and teach him or her new words. How are we going to do this? Okay. How are we going to do this? You're going to pick a very simple recipe, and you're going to get all of your ingredients prepped beforehand, and then you're going to use that time intentionally with your child to really think about talking to him or her and showing him or her things, experiencing new things together as you cook. Okay, so again, you're going to want to prep all of your ingredients beforehand. So if you're making cookies, you're going to want to get your cookie sheet out. You're going to want to get whatever bowls you need, whatever ingredients you need. Like before I bring my kids over, I prep it all up on the counter over there. Obviously, we're in my kitchen. And I get it all set up. I get it all measured sometimes. And then I bring my kids in and we talk about the ingredients. I'll label them, we'll describe them. This is an egg. It's, cold. It came out of the refrigerator. It's smooth. It's white. This is a whisk. We use it to mix things up and we whisk, 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 whisk. This is flour, sugar. So you just label all of the ingredients, however many you need or however many you're using. And I let my children be as interactive as possible. So I let them dump in the ingredients that I've already measured. I let them stir it up. I let them lock our stand mixer. They don't get to turn on the mixer yet. And I let them help wash the dishes at the end because that's where my kids are at and that's what we like to do. Now, I know that not every child is fully ready for like a full recipe. So I've got some other options for you. Okay, so all of our kids are at different levels. They're at different ages. They're at different developmental stages. And like I said, maybe like cookies or something like that is not quite where your kiddo is yet. So here's some other options that you can still use this strategy and hopefully help them feel successful. So today, actually with my kids, we did these little Pillsbury like sugar cookies. Obviously these are the Christmas ones, but they come out at like Halloween with like a pumpkin, definitely at Christmas, and maybe some other holidays, but even just regular chocolate chip break and bake cookies where they just come in the package, and just let your child put the cookies on the cookie sheet and you talk about that and you talk about the oven. So that's an option that does not take much time or attention or prep on your part. Another thing that we love to make are the little Rolo turtles. I had to get rid of my pretzels because I was eating too many of these, in all honesty. So with the Rolo turtles, what you do is the recipe is on the back. Oh, here's a picture. The recipe's on the back, and you get a pretzel and you get a Rolo and you get a pecan, and you lay all the pretzels out on a cookie sheet. You heat your oven to 250, and then you put the little Rolos on the pretzel and you melt them for like 5 minutes in the oven so it doesn't really get hot enough to burn your kid. We've done this a few times. No one's gotten burned yet. And then you squish the little pecan on top of it. So that's an easy one. You can also use marshmallows and make s'mores. You can either do s'mores if you have like, a fire pit or a gas stove, or you can do them in the microwave. And you just microwave the marshmallow and the chocolate and the graham cracker together. You can do a brownie box mix. You can do homemade pizza. We actually did that for lunch yesterday. I buy the pre-made pizza crust from the store, and then they put on the sauce and the cheese and whatever toppings we want, and we cook that. Or if you don't want to use any hot appliances, you can also cook, make trail mix, where it's like nuts and M&Ms or goldfish, mini marshmallows, chocolate chips, and you just mix all of that together in a big bowl. So those are some ideas of ways that you can cook with your kiddos. This is a really great skill because not only does it teach new vocabulary, we're talking about Rolos and marshmallows and whisks and measuring cups. It also targets new verbs, cooking, whisking, dumping, all of those can be targeted. And it also works on sequencing, which is a foundational beginner skill to telling stories. So that kind of lays a nice foundation for like retelling events or sequencing. So again, this is my handout. It has all of those recommendations that I just listed here for you. And it kind of gives you guided planning. Think through what are some steps that or some recipes that maybe you like to make or you could make with your kiddo. And then I have my little SLP Mom Tip down here for you. Again, reminding you to get everything prepped beforehand. Like, that is really my best tip I can give you. And just accept that a mess is going to happen. So I find that if I go in with a better mindset of, okay, somebody's going to break an egg, somebody's going to dump the flour or whatever, and I just expect it to happen, when it does happen, I'm like prepared and I know to stay calm and not get grumpy, because otherwise I might get a little cranky about it. So that would be my other tip, is just expect that a mess is going to happen, but know that what you're doing is more important than the mess you might have to clean up. And if you already have it prepped, less messes are going to happen. So if you want this handout, there's a link in the description below for you to grab it. And I hope you find it helpful. Also, remember the link or the product resource that this is included in has 20 plus other strategies set up just like this. Also, please remember, if you found this helpful and you want more people to find videos like this who are needing ideas of ways to work with their kids at home, like the video and subscribe so that this video gets recommended to other people who are looking for ways to work with their kiddos. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.